Hey everyone, I'm NanoElite666, and you are watching me play the Guild Wars 2 Living Story. Well, sort of. Season 2 hasn't quite ready to start yet. It's coming July 1st, I think? Yeah, it's coming. But in the meantime, ArenaNet has re-released a couple of the limited time events that were around last year to kind of fill time in between, and also for the China release, which they recently had. Well, it's still recently. I'm a month late in playing all this because I'm a lazy fuck and I've been playing Battlefield for a while now, in the past several weeks since this has been out. But yeah, so we got kind of a little intermediary thing here going on. So I figured I would jump in and run around and see what's what. I already did most of this shit when it was first around, but there's apparently a couple little story details and shit that have been added with the whole Lion's Arches wreck thing. Let's help rebuild it and such and such and such. So we're gonna run around and check that out, and I don't know how many parts. If you haven't noticed already, well, you may or may not notice, depending on whether I can get this to work or not. But if all goes according to plan, I should have a little face cam in one of the corners of the screen. Haven't quite worked out where I'm going to stick it, because it's going to end up blocking some shit, but I'm attempting to do this. So, that being said, let's get started and check out the Festival of the Four Winds. I have to remember to look up at the camera and address you people for real this time, instead of just staring at my computer screen yelling. But we'll see how this goes. Oh, and I apologize in advance if the camera picture is crappy, because I'm using kind of a crappy-ish camera that I had sitting around the house. Yay, frame rate is shit. Why is frame rate so shit with Bandicam now these days? I don't know! Anyways. My mail. Please join me in welcoming back the Zephyrite back to Lion's Arch. Cure upon Reaver. The Lion's Arch construction effort is in full swing. Reconstruction effort is in full swing. But even with help from our friends and neighbors across Tyria, it's slow going. Queen Jenna has offered her support, and our mercantile I think it's mercantile. Mercantile partners, the Zephyrite, are inbound to offer their support, renew their commitment to our shared trade agreement, and see Scarlet's devastation firsthand. Yes, let's show off the wrecked city. I want to provide the Zephyrite with the most prestigious reception I can muster, so I'm calling on heroes like you to come join me in welcoming them back. I'd consider it a great favor if you and any of your adventuring friends could join me in Lion's Arch to greet the Zephyrite. Thanks in advance. I look forward to your arrival. Captain Ellen Keel. Yeah, I should have done all this like a month ago, but I'm lazy. So we're going to go there. And hopefully all this little bits of story stuff hasn't been, removed since I decided to be lazy and skip out on this for the first few weeks it's been up. Oh man, that was a nice load time. SSDs are awesome, people. So yeah, another thing that's going on with this is they're starting to put shit back together in Lion's Arch. Moving stuff back from the Vigil Keep. My god, SSDs are wonderful. So we've got shit coming back. So, and we got our gates are back in here. Some of this stuff is back. There's a banker there and a banker. Why is there a banker there? Banker and trading post. We got our crafting stations. Look like they're back. Oh, there's crafting stations down in Fort Mariner too. And over here. God, there's crafting everywhere in Lion's Arch now. Fractals. Anyways, we want to go down here. Lion's Arch, honored guest. Yes, let's do it. Old loading screen of Wrecked City. Alright, let's see what we got here. Hey, look, it's everybody. Oh, there's a thing going on.
On behalf of the Captain's Council and this worthy assembly, welcome, Zephyrite. I'm sorry Lion's Arch is still a work in progress, but key services have been restored and the Lion Guard are patrolling.
No need to apologize, Captain. We came to offer our support and to assure you our trade agreement remains intact. To start, we're donating a shipment of much-needed supplies, which we have staged here on the docks. We're also organizing a series of attractions, with a portion of the proceeds going to the Lion's Arch Relief Fund.
That's very kind, sir, and much appreciated. We should withdraw to the council chambers to discuss details. But first, let me introduce you to some of the heroes who prevented the total destruction of our city.
Having been there,
I present to you the team of Casimir Mead, Marjorie Delacroix, Braham Erson, Rox, and Taimi, I believe?
That's right! Taimi and Scruffy. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Important Zephyrite. I would love a chance to inspect...
Smile and wave, Taimi. Just smile and wave. Please?
Along with their leader, these brave people have been the city's staunchest and most effective volunteer defenders. They brought down Scarlet Briar once and for all. And
we teabagged her corpse to make sure she doesn't get back
I
up.
am honored to meet you all. In the face of such barbarity, the cause of peace requires formidable defenders. I hope you all enjoy the diversions at Labyrinthine Cliffs. I understand there are also amusements in Divinity's Reach.
Aye. Queen Jenna has generously reopened the Crown Pavilion and is also donating the proceeds to Lion's Arch.
Splendid. We have arranged for transport between the cliffs and the human capital for whoever desires it.
Can we just go straight to Divinity's Reach? Scarlet pretty much ruined the Crown Pavilion for me last time.
By all means, experience the attractions in any order you choose. Heroes at a festival definitely help draw a crowd.
Hear, hear. The Council appreciates your participation and the positive impact it creates. Enjoy the festival.
Well, our mission is to enjoy ourselves and to be seen doing it. I say we go. How's the leg?
It's fine. And before you ask again, no, I don't want one of your good luck charms.
You know one of mine won't work. It has to be personal. I wish you let me help you pick one out. Otherwise, you're gonna get injured again. Once misfortune finds you, it doesn't just go away. You have to counter it.
Wolf's tail, is this what they mean by being mothered? I'm suddenly glad mine was never around.
Somebody's in a sour mood. But I know a cure for crankiness. Bashing things to benefit Lion's Arch.
I like the Zephyrite. And I like seeing your face healed.
I appreciate the concern, but please, enough with the fretting about my face.
It's a lot more than a cosmetic injury, and you know it. I thought you were dead. Never scare me like that again.
So, do I get to come along this time? Or are you going to sideline me in some camp again?
Nobody sidelined you. With all the miasma and aether blades and whatnot, we were trying to get people out, not bring them in.
You should have known better. I followed Scarlet's progress for months. Did you really think I'd miss her big finish?
Be glad you did. Some of us were there and still didn't get to see it through.
That's because I wasn't there. Let that be a lesson to you. Never make a move without Taimi and Scruffy.
Yeah, I'll think about that. Anyway, I'm off to the Divinity's Reach attractions. I'll see you around, kid.
Do you have anything fun to say?
Are you going to the festival? Braham said I could go.
Did he?
Ah, you're just gonna...
From what I've heard, you have a slight problem with the truth where Braham is concerned.
Jory, be nice. Of course you can go. Miss Delacroix is naturally suspicious. Pay her no mind.
Oh, I won't. But Braham wants to go see Divinity's Reach, and I'd rather see Zephyrite stuff. Can I go with you?
Where are your actual legal guardians? Didn't Progeny Protective Services assign someone to you?
They know where I am, obviously. But let's just say I released myself on my own reconnaissance.
I'm good.
Hey, I got stuff. Festival welcome gift. And I think I got something from my monthly. Welcoming party. Shits and giggles, let's check. This counted as a dungeon. That's funny. Okay, let's talk to everybody. He's not the ad dog. I'm glad to see everyone coming together in support of Lion's Arch. Scarlet nearly destroyed the whole city. Yeah, she did a good job of that. So it'll take global effort to bring it back. When will you get back to investigating? We do have a lot to follow up on, don't we? I figure as soon as we're done here and both Jory and Braham are fully healed, we'll be right back in the thick of things. Goodbye. How are things with you and Jory? We're very happy. Jory is still a little sore from her injuries, but she's eager to get back to a regular workload. We both are. Jory says, this is a little public for me, but it's for a good cause. It's nice to be out and about with Kaz without having to track down criminals and malcontents. What's next for Delacroix investigations? You mean besides following up on that roar we heard after Scarlet fell? Healing up, spending time with Kaz, and enjoying the festival. Don't worry, I'll be ready for action soon enough.
Can't get enough of me, huh?
You and Kaz seem to be getting along. You have a keen eye, and they now glow red. I'd say we're happier than two skrit in a jewelry store after hours. And those would be some pretty happy skrit.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'm glad to be on the VIP list this time around. I may not have had a direct hand in killing Scarlet, but Scruffy and I did our share leading up to it. I hear a rumor that you were a fan of Scarlet's, which I've discussed with her at previous points, but oh well. Hardly. I admired her ingenuity, and her work was impressive, but she was way too haphazard in her methodologies. I'm working on a research paper about her, though. Want to hear what I have so far? Sure. Ahem. First thing Scarlet did was combine Dredge and Flame Legion as the Molten Alliance. They leveled whole villages, took dozens of captives, and drove hundreds from their homes. Yep, I remember that. Go on. Next, she had her Aetherblade pirates assassinate a member of the Captain's Council on Dragon Bash. During Dragon Bash. The idea was to create a vacancy that she could fill with one of her minions. Then she hijacked the Queen's Jubilee and Divinity's Reach and turned the Watch Knights into her own mechanical shock troops. She also tried to kill the Queen, stripped a foppish nobleman down to his undies, and threw him in a big cauldron. Poor Farron. She converted a Nightmare Court Arbor into an Aetherblade ship factory, and then she got the crate to work with the Nightmare Court. This toxic alliance raised a huge plant tower, not a power plant, although it had power to it, so it may have been a power plant. Huge plant tower in Kessex Hills to manufacture a debilitating hallucinogen. It made people's worst fears and memories seem to come to life. Very nasty stuff. You're just telling me things I already know. But somebody else might not. Note to self, don't look over at my other screen. I'm just watching myself watch myself. She unleashed the giant marionette. I was there for that part. Yes, you were. And roused a three-headed jungle worm. That's when we realized she was looking for ley lines, specifically the one under Lion's Arch. So she hit the arch with everything she had. The city was almost destroyed and had to be evacuated. But a brave band of heroes was there to stop her. They didn't include me, even though I helped figure out the ley line stuff. Her attack roused something. Everybody heard that awful noise after Scarlet fell. We just don't know what made it. I do. Spoiler alert, it's another dragon, but I already said that when it happened. Which brings us to the present day. Scarlet's gone, but whatever she set in motion is still a threat. But as soon as we find that threat, we'll put a stop to it, because this time Scruffy and I will be there. Yes, and you will make all the difference, won't you? No, you won't, because you're not a player character. I'm a player character. To the end. The end. Well, what do you think? It's still a work in progress, and I'd like to add some illustrations and schematics of Scarlet's greatest creations, but I think it's a good start. I'm wondering how you like being counted among heroes like Keel. And how you like being counted among the heroes Keel invited. I'm glad to be, yes. How are you feeling? Thank you for asking. My legs are good today, discomfort-wise. But I can't get complacent. My mobility is capricious? Changing from 1 hour to the next. Luckily, Scruffy is always standing by. Okay, done with you. Go talk to these two. Braham! This could be fun. I mean, the part where after we're done here, we beat Scarlet. But do we have to stand around on display like trophies in a hunter's lodge? How's the leg? Did Rox tell you to say that? Never mind, my leg is fine. Scarlet broke my bones, but I'm still on my feet. And I'm getting stronger every day. Good for you. Rox! F dummy. Glad to be here with all my teammates. We deserve to bask a bit in the crowd's appreciation after our victory over Scarlet. Plus, they say us being here is good for Lion's Arch. Why are you here today? We're here for the festival to support Lion's Arch. But after that, it's back to work. Scarlet may be dead, but she left a lot of questions in her wake. We're going to answer them. One way or the other, with violence if necessary. Any word from Ritlock? Nothing conclusive. He's been pretty terse and distant. Well, more terse and distant than usual. I'm hoping for the best and preparing for the work. Goodbye. Okay, so. That looks like all we have here. It looks like Keel and the Zephyrite guy vacated the premises. So I cannot go chase them down and talk to them. Maybe they went to hide under the dock. Nope. Anyways. Looks like we're done here. I wonder if I can talk to Frostbite.
What?
No, you're not Frostbite. Okay, I can't talk to Frostbite. So that looks like all of that. That'll take me back to the cliffs. Let's take a jaunt around Lion's Arch and see what's back. Before I run off and start doing violence-y things. Oh, look, there's a big chunk of Breachmaker right in the middle of the fort here. I don't remember that. Alright, what do we got? The bank.
No discounts.
I don't have any laurels to spend at the moment. Crafting stations, etc., etc. Platform with the portals to PvP shit back up. PvP in World versus World. Let's see, so we got that. There's merchants and shit over here. There's the fractals. Another trading post? Yeah, trading post. Agricultural weapons, more crafting. Let's see, there was the one more. Over at Sanctum Harbor.
Maybe you could show me some moves.
Oh, here's the Mystic Toilet. And all its Mystic Toilet-y toiletness. There's the bank. And it looks like crafting shit's just kind of scattered here.
Maybe 6 launcher.
Ish, maybe? Okay, that's kind of skewed all over the place. Someone dropped a fun box up at the canal ward. And we've got, hey, let's talk to Nashblade, see what he has to say. The Scarlet Killer, you've done me and my business a lot of good butchering that Savari. If I could afford it, I'd give you a discount. No, you wouldn't. What's business? The business. You don't know me? You run... Yes, I know you. You run the Black Line Trading Company. What's left of it? At least you got free of Captain Keel's leash. During the crisis, Keel forced me to outfit Lion Guard with my stock. If I left, she'd have me shot on sight. Yeah, I remember that. Sounds like bad blood between you two. She ain't fit to lead a parade, but most merchants went bankrupt after the attack. Whether Keel knows it or not, she made me the top merchant in the city. Good for you. And... that's the bank, just a couple bankers. That guy's name is the Crayon. Alright, so it looks like that's probably about it. With all the major stuff coming back. You have anything to say?
I'm listening.
No, you're not. Are you the Char who was crying in a corner earlier when the city was wrecked? Possibly. So... with that being done, I believe it's time to go check out the festival. I can redo it. I wonder if it'll count for more dungeon progress. That'd be silly if it did. However, since we've gone about 20 minutes or so here, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off at this point. And we'll start a fresh one for the Labyrinthine cliffs at the Festival of the Four Winds at the Labyrinthine Cliffs, and then we'll probably do another part for the Queen's Pavilion, which is in Queensdale and involves lots of violence. So, in the meantime, though, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this brief glimpse at the little story elements between, sort of kind of helping to fill the gap between Seasons 1 and 2. As always, if you have any suggestions for something you should want to see me play or think I should play at some point, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Yes. No. Drop me a comment in the comments below. Give me a shout. I think I got that pointed right. Using a webcam is weird. Who knows? I might just play it someday. And specifically related to Guild Wars here, if you have any suggestions for goofy Guild Wars shit you think I should attempt to do at some point, go ahead and let me know. I might get bored enough one night and decide I should attempt to do it. Very poorly, to potentially great failure, but who knows. PC only at the moment, that's all I can record on. I think that's my usual spiel. Don't think I'm forgetting anything. Okay, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm NanoElite666. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.